Doing a background check on someone you're dating is weird. That is the topic today on Undiagnosed Baddie, your favorite daily 10-minute podcast. Now, I do want to say this, baby, in the state that I live in, I am grateful to have what we called MD case search, all one word. M is in Mary, D is in dog, case, CASE, search, SEARCH.com, where you can search the people. Now, what I will say is this. There's going to be two instances that I talk about on here, okay? The first one. The first time I was outside and this gentleman got my number and he told me his name. Let's just call him, for the fun of it, Tink. Let's just say Tink got my number, right? So Tink gets my number, and my mama was the police, right? Before she decided to leave me. And there's just so many things that you have to do to protect yourself and to protect your children. I have a 15-year-old daughter. And I'm not saying that people that are not in the system are not guilty. But what I am saying is that the extra guilty motherfuckers is in the system. So let's get into it. You have to protect yourself, and you have to protect your child, and you have to protect the people around you. Because if I don't do my due diligence, right? And I have someone around my family, my baby cousins, my nieces, and my nephews, and something happens, that's going to fall on me. And I don't believe that I'd be able to forgive myself for that. So I absolutely do believe in doing background checks on people when you feel a thing. Now, Tink gets my number. He wants to take me out. I'm like, bet. I know this bomb sushi spot out Columbia that I want to go to. He like, bet. I like sushi. You like sushi. Let's go get sushi. So we go get sushi. We having a good time. We laughing. We talking. We getting to know each other. And then the conscience says, ask this nigga his name, right? The real name. And so I'm like, Tink, what's your name? And he's like, Tink. And I'm like, nah, Tink. What's your name, Tink? Like, what's your government name? Like, I have no problem showing you my ID. I need to know who I'm outside with, Tink. We can exchange IDs. Pause. And shout out, oh my gosh, Terrell, I miss you so much. I remember when Terrell and I went on a date. They killed Terrell last year. They robbed him. They killed him. And on our first date, we exchanged IDs. I was like, I need to know your name, baby. And he ain't had no problem with that. I was like, here you go. Here's mine. Where's your ID? Let me see who I'm fucking with. You know what I'm saying? And I think that me being that candid really helps some people be at ease, because I'll pull it out. Boom, that's me. Who are you? So he laughed at me when I did that. So anyway, ... Going back to Tink. Tink tells me his name. I'm like, oh, okay. I got the name in my head, right? So we still eating, we still having a good time, and we shut down the restaurant damn near. They was like, all right, we started seeing it get clear. It was like, okay, it's time to go. I think we spent like 2.5, 3 hours in there, it was definitely like a little 7 to 10 situation or whatever. And so good, cool, fine. At this point in my life, I was working midnights for that particular job I was working. And I go into work, set out all my stuff, and I say MDK search, and it says some shit. So I said, ooh, is this correct? So I Google it. Boop, 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 boop. Tink is on the National Sex Offenders Registry because Tink was pimping and having sex with girls. Now, this ties into something else where we used to have all ages clubs in the area. Whew. Tink still promotes. When I went and checked Tink's social media, Tink's friend, very good friend, always had their daughter because Tink has a daughter, and their daughters will always be together. How can you as a man, and you're not going to tell me you ain't know Tink went through this shit? If that's your child's godfather, you know what Tink do. And whether or not you ever allowed your child to be around Tink by themselves, you still naming a sex offender your child's godfather is a absolutely hell fucking no what's up with you. Like, you have to really question men and how they move. They don't hold each other accountable. And how do I know that? Is because I fucking live this shit, right? So Tink is a sexual offender, still is around his child. As a mother, if I ever found out that my child's father was arrested for pimping children, and minors 13, 14, 15, 16 minors, when you go look up the fucking case, and having them sell it to grown adults, I'm sure. How can you as a mother still allow your child, boy or girl, because at that point you're just a sexual fucking deviant, to go around this person? I don't care that that's their father. When do we start holding people accountable and shaming them so they can't enjoy fucking life and wreak havoc in anybody else's life? When do we start doing that? It's something that I do, but it's not something that the collective does. It's something that my village does, but it's not something that the collective does. And when are we going to start fucking doing that? We have to start holding these sexual deviants at a level of disgust and shame that's never been heard of. And I say deviants across the board because there are women that are doing the same. They go work in these schools and get pregnant by these young boys, and they are fucking weird bitches. Weirdos. But when and how, as a mother, do you say, I have to protect my child? You might think, oh, he's not going to do that to my baby. If a man likes a child, a man likes a child, a man likes a child, a man likes a child. You hear me? But let's get into the other case. So I'm dating this gentleman. And, I go to his house. And the dude said he had 4 kids. Now, that's a lot for me. That's not something that I usually do. And all the writings will be on the wall to say, baby, Bella, you knew you wasn't supposed to be doing this anyway. But here's this. Here's the evidence. And it's up to you if you're going to keep going down that path of, you're not supposed to do it and you still going to do it, or you going to course correct on this timeline and not do that shit at all. So I stayed the night one time. He leaves and he goes to work. He trusts me in his house. I get up. I go to the kitchen to get some water, birth certificate, counter. I said, oh, who leaves a birth certificate on a counter? I done been to some men's houses and I ain't seen no birth certificate ever on a counter. So, God, is that you? All right. So I take a picture to make sure I have the name spelled correctly. Because I've been here. I've been down this road. I know what the good universe is saying, baby. Go look this nigga up. You don't need to be here. You're safe, but you don't need to be here. I go look it up. And, you find your typical parking ticket that's not paid. And you find your typical this or your typical that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. And then let's look up these child support cases. $85,000 on one child support case and $15,000 on another child support case. And I said, enough is fucking enough. $100,000? Are you fucking crazy? I'd be crazy to deal with the man with 4 kids that owes over $85,000 in child support, because where the fuck was the support? Having morals, having values is something that has kept me to myself and away from a lot of men in just different circumstances. So, are y'all doing background checks on your people? Are y'all dating men that owe child support? Are y'all dating men that are on any type of registries? Let me know.